What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Out of the Basement. Today we are doing our May Blu-ray and DVD update. Of course, I'm Nate. I'm joined with Justin.
What's up, guys?
And Steven.
Howdy.
And we got a whole host of pickups. Well, Steven and I, mostly. Jarrick's got 2 pickups.
I'm a little more responsible than these two,
Yeah.
I think.
But for the second month in a row, we're going to do Buck's DVD Blowout.
It's time for America's favorite show, Bucky's DVD Blowout!
The first one, Pet Sematary 2.
Boom.
No Blu-ray. The next one, Mike Judge's most underrated film, Idiocracy. No Blu-ray.
Boom.
Rat Race. No Blu-ray. Haven't seen this since I was a child.
Rat
Comedy
Bag?
Central. Classic.
Boom.
Leatherface, Chainsaw Massacre 3, because the Warner Archive Blu-ray doesn't say anything about the unrated version, so I decided to just get this version for unrated reasons.
I've heard the transfer for the Blu-ray is awful anyway, so...
That's okay. Population 436. I bought this just because Fred Durst has second billing. That Fred Durst, yes. The next one, Talisman. I got this because the Black Ranger is in it.
Nice.
American Gothic. I know this has a Vestron. So, I got it.
Is a movie just about the painting?
David Cronenberg's The Brood. I don't know if it has a Blu-ray or not.
I think it does.
Probably does. The next one, Hellraiser, Deader. I now have all the Hellraiser movies in the Doug Bradley universe.
Nice.
There is a Blu-ray of this, but it's super hard to find. They're very expensive. Speaking of hard to find Blu-rays, very expensive. Dawn of the Dead.
Yes.
Decided to pick that up
That DVD release is solid.
because it's Dawn of the Dead.
Yes.
And last, but certainly not least, the Spider-Man Limited Edition DVD Collector's Gift Set.
Ooh, I have that too.
Which was
it's great.
featured on a previous Blu-ray update.
Yeah,
Not gonna-
whatever month that was.
Yeah, I'm not going to open it up and show you all the goodies. You can go back and watch you open it up, but everything is in great condition in here. You know, you got your film strip, your DVD, your reprint of Amazing Fantasy. It's all there.
And that Kevin Smith documentary.
Yeah.
Yep. And that was DVDs.
Buck's DVD corner.
DVDs Blowout Bonanza.
There we go. So now let's jump into some of our Blu-rays. You guys have a double. Why don't you go ahead and show it off?
Daily Double.
That would be, Nate, Dragged Across Concrete by S. Craig Zahler. Or however you pronounce Zahler. Whatever. Great movie. Bit of a long movie. I see some people calling this a slow burn, but I don't know if I would even necessarily say that. Buck, I think you would agree that you were on the edge of your seat for a large portion. At least like Bank Heist
Yeah.
and beyond.
Once the bank heist happens, it's 0
It's
to
like
100.
There is a lot of setup, but it's only, first 45 minutes. Like once that bank heist, it literally pulls the trigger and just sets it into this crazy, kind of a cat and mouse, kind of like a, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but
Yeah.
it's definitely a really, really good movie. I don't know where this ranks out of Zahler's 3 films. I love all 3 of them. So I don't know. I feel like I love them all equally.
Yeah, it's hard. I don't think I could rank them.
I think Bone Tomahawk might still be my favorite. I don't know. I just don't know.
Understandable.
Nate, I highly recommend this one to you, buddy. I think,
I'll pick it up at some point.
yeah. Even though Target had no copies when you went.
Yeah. I was fully intended on picking it up, but my local Target did not have any copies left.
Mm-hmm.
Steven, we've got a double from 2 different companies. The hit John Carpenter's best film, and that is Ghosts of Mars. I have the brand new Mill Creek release. This just came out for a hot $8, and Steven has the Indicator release.
God, I thought it was a crit at first. I was like, what?
No.
I wish.
which that's from a UK company, but it's region free.
Yeah, there's like a few different versions of it. This is the region free version, the 2-disc with the booklet.
But trust me and Steven when we say this, go with the Mill Creek one. You don't want to spend the $20 to $30 on the Indicator release.
Yeah,
I borderline regret spending the $8.
I blind bought this. I found it used in the wild, so I just decided to pick it up. And then I watched it almost right away, and I instantly regretted.
I told you,
$20. Yeah.
I was like, Steven, you're gonna regret it, and you were like, we'll see, and I was like, no, you'll regret it.
Yep.
But seems to be like a common theme amongst like primarily classic horror directors, because we kind of saw that a little bit with Wes Craven and Swamp Thing.
Yeah.
Like it's like this weird little trend of like each one has like a big dud.
Wes Craven though bounced back in the 90s and made some hits.
Which one would you say? Which one would you rather watch, Ghost of Mars or Swamp Thing?
Swamp Thing.
Yeah, probably Swamp Thing. Although this movie could be entertaining watching it with your friends.
Maybe.
I thought Swamp Thing was entertaining with your friends though.
Just so much talking at Ghost of Mars. Just shut up and start shooting things.
And you know it's bad when Jason Statham and Ice Cube are the best actors in the movie.
By far.
Oh, good grief. Ghosts of Mars. Justin, you want to show off your final Blu-ray of the month?
Sure, this is from the Toho Godzilla collection. It's a 2-pack, remastered in high definition, and that would be Godzilla vs. Destroya.
Nice.
And then the other one I haven't heard of before.
Godzilla vs. Megaguirus, or something like that. Also a pretty good one.
Guirus. I haven't heard of that Godzilla monster villain, but I have heard of Destroya. Apparently, Godzilla vs. Destroya is one of your favorites.
Yeah, I love it.
And now that the new one is coming out, I was like getting in the mood. Because I have seen a very few select of the classic ones. Like the 3 that I watched as a child was the black and white like American version of the original Japanese one.
Godzilla King of the Monsters.
Yeah. And then I think it's called Rise of the Astro Monster, and that's with the aliens, and they have the miracle drug, and they want to use Godzilla and Rodan to fight King Ghidorah. And then the other one I've seen is the Son of Godzilla, where it's like a parallel with a kid getting bullied, and then the son of Godzilla like fighting off whatever that is.
He befriends them. They become friends.
Very weird that one was, but I've been getting the itch to watch more classic Godzilla films, so can't wait to check out Godzilla vs. Destroya.
Nice. It'll be a fun time.
Yeah.
Next up for me, I've got 2 Godzilla movies. This was the final 2-pack I did not have. This is Godzilla, Mothra, and King Ghidorah, Giant Monsters All Out Attack, and
what a mouthful.
And Godzilla Against Mechagodzilla, which I watched Godzilla Against Mechagodzilla, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun. And then from the Toho collection to Godzilla 2000, not to be confused with Godzilla 1998, which every single person on planet Earth gets this movie confused with. Different movie, superior film. Also really enjoy Godzilla 2000.
They're getting it confused with the Matthew Broderick one?
Yeah, because that one came out in 1998. And everyone thinks that movie is called Godzilla 2000 for some reason. Because they see this. This is a Japanese film.
Yeah. Cool.
Steve, you want to do 2 pickups, I guess?
Sure. Picked up season 3 of one of my favorite TV shows of all time.
Oh, yeah. Here we go.
The League. They love scoffing at me for this, but this show is one of the funniest shows I've ever seen in my life.
We scoff at you because you could be watching new and exciting series of television.
Series?
Siri from iPhone.
Yeah. You could be watching different TV shows, but you just choose to rewatch The League over and over again.
Because it's that good. The League season 3. And then the next one I found brand spanking new at Big Lots. For a whole $5 bones. The Alien Anthology.
They would have
Blu-ray
that for $5
collection.
brand new.
Yeah, I saw somebody post about it in a Facebook group I'm in. I'm like, oh man, maybe I should head over to my local Big Lots and see what's up. So I'm looking around. I'm not seeing much. And they had one left.
Nice.
And I was like, well,
Have you
gotta pounce.
You've seen... What have you seen out of that?
None of them.
Even though we bought him Alien and Aliens
Yep.
We bought him
for
those.
Christmas or birthday or whatever it was.
Yeah, the Alien and the Predator movies have always eluded me for whatever reason.
Well, I'll
over
tell
the
you this
years.
right now, Bunt. The first two are the only ones that matter. Alien
heard.
and Aliens.
I'll back Alien 3.
None of them matter. None.
I'll back Alien 3, the assembly.
I mean,
cat.
I'll back Alien Covenant.
I'd rather watch Alien 3.
Alien Anthology, $5. Check your Big Lots.
Yeah, that's a great deal.
I've got a couple Arrow videos that I was hoping to have last month from Arrow Video's Easter sale. My first one is Bride of Reanimator, which I have the limited collector's edition. But somehow, some way, I ended up cracking the disc in the limited edition to the point where it's unplayable. Just doesn't even read anymore. So I wanted to get another copy so I could
What
actually...
happens when Nate gets pissed?
Yeah. No, I'll show you guys after the video how the case is designed is really stupid, and I guarantee that's why it's cracked. But this finally went on sale, and I wanted to get another copy because I love Bride of Reanimator. It's a whole lot of fun. Then I also got Maniac Cop. Haven't seen this movie, but I've heard a lot of good things, and Bruce Campbell is in it. So, down for that. And then finally, a classic movie that's really awesome and entertaining, and that's Blood Rage. Of course, the Thanksgiving slasher. A lot of fun. Definitely a good movie to watch around Thanksgiving time, and it's not cranberry sauce.
And don't you forget it.
Steve, your next pickups?
The next two are two A24s. One is the Rover
With the slip.
with the slip.
Everyone's got the slip but Justin.
I know nothing about this movie at all, and I had no inclination to watch it, but I found it at a mom and pop shop, and I was like, hey, I think J-Rick likes that movie. And I think, I don't know how rare this is, but I thought...
It's one of the more expensive A24s. It's held its value over the years.
Yeah. So, I mean, I know Robert Pattinson, he's been killing it with the indie flicks lately, so I'm sure it's a great time. And a pretty easy purchase. Oh, I just saw that the story is based on, or by Joel Edgerton. So that's interesting.
I didn't even know that.
And the next one was one of my favorite movies of 2018.
You finally bought it on Blu-ray.
Finally, yeah, and that is mid-90s. I gave this 5 stars, I think, on Letterboxd, or at least 4.5. Absolutely loved this movie, and I was prepared to hate it. Like, I was prepared to just scoff at this movie, but man, was it a great, pleasant surprise. If you haven't seen it yet, even if you don't like skateboarding, I feel like you can appreciate this. It's just a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And if you are a
period
skateboarder,
piece.
you're going to love it.
Nice. Next up was a movie I wanted to see in theaters, but I never got a chance to, and that is Bad Times at the El Royale. Star-studded cast. It was a cheap 4K. Found it for $7. So I was like, yeah, I definitely will pick this up because I wanted to see it. It's directed by the director of Cabin in the Woods, and love that movie. And I love Jeff Bridges, Chris Hemsworth, Dakota Johnson.
Great cast.
Great cast. I'm really excited to check this movie out eventually. Looked like a nice kind of thriller with maybe a little bit of comedy in it. I'm not 100% sure, but it was so cheap I couldn't pass it up. Steve, your next pickups?
The next 3, this one is a custom Blu-ray.
Yes.
That I bought from Redacted for Redacted amount of money.
You
And
found it in the river.
Yeah.
It was just floating by and you fished it out.
yep. And I mean, I couldn't just let a Blu-ray just, float down the river. I had to jump in and get it.
Yeah.
So that is Guyver 2 Dark Hero, the director's cut, which is a whole 123 minutes
Ooh.
of Guyver goodness.
Love Guyver Dark Hero.
And it even has some special features, an unrated, let's see, obviously the unrated director's cut, but there's a making of featurette.
Yeah, I saw that.
an interview with David Hayter, Solid Snake himself, and the trailer. This is a fantastic custom Blu-ray.
Yes.
Warner Brothers, eat your heart out. This could be you.
Someone put this movie on Blu-ray. Officially.
All right, and the next two I found out in the wild as well. This is an 88 films, part of the Slasher Classics. Children of the Corn 2.
Nice.
The Final Sacrifice.
I'm sure
Or so they thought.
I'm sure it's a wonderful film.
Yeah. Just judging on the little pictures on the back, it looks like a good time. And I like the 88 Slasher Classics collection line. I think I'll be dipping more into those as time goes on.
Region B, correct?
Yes, this is Region B. All, if I'm not mistaken, all 88 films are Region B.
I thought Hackers was region free.
I'm pretty sure it's B.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Never mind.
Could be wrong. Children of the Corn 2. And then, I went a little crazy. I went a little corn crazy.
Staying faithful to your state.
Yeah, the good old Miramax putting out the collections of 4 Children of the Corn movies. 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Is it 2 discs or just one?
Oh, it's just one.
It's just one. So you know those transfers are going to be banging.
Yeah. So it's just one.
Expect VHS quality for all.
Yeah, and it is region free.
Nice.
So
Great.
that's cool. So I don't know how. I think there's 2 after this one, like Genesis.
I think
and
there's.
one
I think
more?
there's at least 7. There's 7 or 8 Children of the Corn movies.
Yes,
Because one came out
My God.
not too long ago
Yeah.
when Hellraiser Judgment came out.
right. Yeah,
Because those were both rights retainers.
yeah,
I don't remember which one it is though. I've never seen a single Children of the Corn film.
yeah. I actually haven't either. I'm just straight up dipping in my usual fashion. I do have the Arrow of the original Children of the Corn, so I'll be watching these. I'm sure binging these when it gets a little closer to Halloween. When it gets a little Halloweeny outside, a little spooky, a little scary.
A little mystical, a little magical.
Sure. Children of the Corn.
My next 2 pickups were something that I never intended on buying. But I found them in the wild, super cheap. And with everything that's going on with Disney and Netflix, you never know what's going to happen.
Yep.
So that is Daredevil Season 1 and 2 on Blu-ray. These are the US releases, which are out of print and pretty expensive online too. Of course, there's no bonus features, nothing like that, but in my crazy conspiracy brain, I feel like eventually one day Daredevil will get pulled off of Netflix, and then the Blu-rays will be the only way to watch it, even though Season 3 will never get a Blu-ray release, so who knows what'll happen with that. But it'll be nice to actually watch these in true native 1080p, not streaming 1080p, so the quality will definitely be better, and Daredevil is just an amazing show. Worth owning on Blu-ray, especially for what I paid for them. Super cheap.
Nice.
My next 3, finally, after what feels like years of procrastination, I finally picked up the double pack of 28 Days Later and 28 Weeks Later.
Nice.
Finally.
Is your Danny Boyle collection complete yet?
No. I still have to buy Slumdog Millionaire. That's the only one I'm missing. And then it shall be complete.
What a varied filmography.
Yeah. Oh, wait. I think I'm missing the other one. It's one with Leonardo DiCaprio. The Beach. I think he did that movie too. Could be wrong. Correct me
Classic
in the
VHS
comments.
cover.
Yeah. 28 Days Later, 28 Weeks Later, double pack. And then the next one I was real stoked about.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You know, I say this a lot, but I literally find all these in the wild. I don't order Blu-rays online all that much. And this is David Cronenberg's Rabid, the Arrow Steelbook, with all the trimmings. It's got the nice booklet in there, the Blu-ray DVD. I know Scream Factory has a release of this. I'm not sure if Scream's transfer is better or Arrow's is better. Usually it seems when it comes to transfers and the titles that Arrow and Scream share in their catalog, it seems like Scream always has the better transfer. Could be wrong. I haven't really even looked in to see what the difference is between the editions, but I'm just happy to have it. It's a really awesome looking steelbook.
And that is Region B.
Yeah, and it's not the easiest to come across. So
yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, I was happy to find that. And then the next arrow is, this is Brian De Palma, right? Yeah, Brian De Palma. Sisters.
Nice.
This actually has a Criterion as well. This only has a 1080p transfer. I think the Criterion has a better transfer. But, you know, I found this in the wild. Again, got the booklet. Everything's complete. You know, the reversible cover. So, Sisters, Brian De Palma.
Nice. My next pickup is a movie that is on 4K, but I recently went out of town yet again for work and hit up some local family videos down there. And the one family video I went to literally had almost every single Blu-ray on sale for $2.99, besides new releases. So I picked up quite a few things. The first one is Brawl in Cell Block 99 on regular Blu-ray. Of course, I would like to own the 4K, but this was literally $3. So wanted to pick it up because you guys love the movie so much.
Mm-hmm.
And,
same writer director of Bone Tomahawk,
and dragged across concrete, not dragged across the. But yeah, really don't know anything about this movie except for you guys really love it, so I picked it up.
Vince Vaughn.
On your recommendations. Vince Vaughn.
It's good that you go in blind to that movie because it's a nice surprise.
Cool. Steve, your next pickup.
The next pickup is also not an easy one to find these days, apparently. I found it for a pretty decent price. I only paid $15 for it, and that is the 80s vampire movie Near Dark.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, starring our boy Bill Paxton, R.I.P.
Rest in peace, boo-boo.
It's supposed to be not a hidden 80s gem, but just a gem, you know, from the 80s. Maybe a little underappreciated. You know, it doesn't have the star quality of your Friday the 13th or your Werewolf in London shit, but Near Dark. Blu-ray.
Yes, I forgot about the sequel, Werewolf in London shit.
Yes.
My next pickup, again, the rest of my pickups are from Family Video, and this is The Dead 2, which is a post-apocalyptic zombie movie. The Dead 1 is a pretty awesome film.
Is it really just called The Dead One?
Well, it's just called The Dead.
Okay.
Really interesting movies. They're really small, indie-style zombie films. The first one takes place in Africa, and it's really only has one or two characters in the movie. The rest are completely undead. And I would assume it's a similar premise for the second one. I believe this one takes place in India. Haven't got a chance to watch it yet, but I really enjoyed the slow burn, sort of classic pace of the first one. And I've heard the second one is almost just as good. So for $3, I was like, why the heck not? It's got the slip. Steve, your next pickup?
Next one, one that I've been procrastinating on for a long time, but loved this movie and was not going to settle for anything besides the 4K. And that is Baby Driver. Baby Driver. There's an unfortunate casting in this movie, but damn it if it isn't a great movie.
We'll release an edited version with...
Yeah.
He'll be voiced by a different actor.
Danny DeVito will go back and shoot his scenes.
Yeah.
You're a Baby Driver!
Baby Driver. Amazing movie.
Yep. Great Edgar Wright film. My next pickup, again, another Family Video joint. And that is VHS 2, the best VHS movie. The only VHS movie I feel like is good from beginning to end. Of course, this is a series of horror films that have, they're like short film compilations. This is the only truly good one in my opinion.
Yeah, I've only ever seen the first one.
Yeah, and the first one has a couple good stories, but there's also a couple stinkers.
Yeah.
This one, I think every single story in it is pretty good, and the Blu-ray for some reason is, I mean, it's not like crazy expensive, but again, got this for $3 with the slip. Wasn't going to pass that up. Also, shout out to Magnet. They follow us on Instagram. Steve, your next pickup?
Next one is an upgrade. I already had the Blu-ray of this, but I upgraded to 4K because it's a dreadful movie, but it's just a good watch. It's a really well done movie, and that is Fury.
Nice. Excellent film.
It really is. If you haven't seen it, do yourselves a favor. It is a really, really great one. And it actually has special features on the 4K disc.
Ooh.
So,
Whoa.
yeah, that's pretty groundbreaking. And, yeah, great movie. Haven't watched it in a while. Looking forward to popping it in on 4K.
Nice. My next one is another magnet release, a comedy horror film, and that is Tucker and Dale versus Evil. A lot of fun. This movie is a total blast. It's basically about two hillbillies who get caught up with a bunch of like college-aged kids, and the college-aged kids think that they are murdering all of their friends, but really it's just a bunch of unfortunate accidents, and hilarity ensues. And I think both of you guys would really enjoy that movie. It's got Alan Tudyk in it, or however you pronounce his name.
Tudyk?
Yeah. K2SO.
Yeah, the best Star Wars character ever.
Yeah. But it's a hoot. It's a lot of fun. And we should watch this sometime. We should watch that. Your next pickup, Steve.
The next one.
Yeah, this
Very
one's for
topical.
Mike.
Very topical.
It's about time you got this on Blu-ray.
Marvel Mania has been going on, obviously, with the release of Endgame. So I decided to pick this up. I found it used. Avengers Infinity War. No slip, but that's okay.
But the slip is so good.
It is. It's a good slip.
Slip.
But I like this better than Endgame.
Yeah.
Endgame is good, but Infinity War is just so good.
I definitely think Infinity War is better than Endgame. Still really liked Endgame, but Infinity War is just...
It's tighter.
Yeah.
Infinity War.
Boom booms.
Next up is a movie that J-Rick recommended to me, and it is an A24 film. Again, another family video purchase, and that is The Black Coat's Daughter. Always wanted to see this movie. You said it's a slow burn. You say it's a horror. It's A24 horror, which you know that means it's going to be a good old time. Really excited to check this movie out at some point. Just haven't really been in the mood for the slow burn.
I forget, what is that girl's name?
Who?
Who was like
Emma Roberts?
a Nickelodeon girl, but then she's in like all of these horror films.
Emma Roberts.
Yeah.
Emma Roberts.
She's in like Scream 4, Black Coat's Daughter. Like, respect. Respect.
Isn't she in American Horror Story, the TV show?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, true. Steve, your next pickup?
Ooh.
The next one
No
was
slip?
no slip.
Oh, slip.
But an amazing, no pun intended, an amazing movie.
A spectacular.
Yeah.
The movie that no one thought was going to be this good, but...
We all knew it looked good, but never thought it would be.
Mainly because it was Sony.
Yeah, exactly. And that is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. An absolutely delightful movie. If you haven't seen it, or if you think you're too good for animation, suck it up. Watch this movie. It's fantastic. The best Spider-Man film since Spider-Man 3 came out.
Yeah. I was just about to say, the fourth best Spider-Man film.
Which is still saying a lot.
Yeah.
Love the end credits. It looks very promising. So I'm looking forward to the inevitable sequel.
And the 4K.
Yeah, I
The
think
animation-
the 4K HDR,
So
I would
crispy.
say it's the second best 4K I own. Just because, especially towards the end when that reactor thing implodes or whatever, and there's all those crazy colors, like the HDR, it's so vivid.
It's great.
Yep. Great movie. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
And my final pickup was a blind buy. This movie came out a few years ago, and the horror community really enjoyed it. So seeing how cheap it was, I thought I would pick it up, and that is The Girl with All the Gifts. This is a zombie movie. I don't really know much about it, but just heard that it was really awesome. So again, family video is going crazy, and I was like, thank you, I'll take it.
Forget the girl with the gifts. We have what we need.
And Steve, your final pickup?
The final pickup is my first Kino Light purchase.
Ooh.
And this was actually just right at Best Buy. And that is Hannibal, the sequel to Silence of the Lambs.
Hannibal?
Great movie. fantastic. Obviously, doesn't reach the levels of Silence of the Lambs, but I think Hannibal is pretty underrated.
Is it? I didn't know Kino put that out.
Yeah.
That's really neat.
Yeah, I don't know if this is their first 4K, but I don't think they have a lot of 4K releases. But yeah,
It's weird to see a boutique label put out a 4K like UHD disc.
yeah, very, very weird. But I haven't watched this in a very, very long time, so I'm looking forward to revisiting it and in 4K no less.
Yeah.
There's some there's a scene that really sticks out to me to this day that I'll never forget. I can't wait to see that in HD. It's one I quote even more often than the quotes from Silence of the Lambs. So whoa, great movie. Watch it.
Nice. So that is the end of our Blu-ray update. Let us know what titles you picked up this month and what titles you're looking forward to in the future. Next month, we're going to have some Vinegar Syndrome sale pickups. Got a lot of goodies coming.
You guys will.
Yeah. But you know Justin doesn't buy boutique movies. He likes his bargain bin Walmart $5 collection.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, why?
I have Criterions. I have an Arrow Video.
Oh.
I have a couple Screams.
Dude.
I'm fine.
Relax.
I'm fine.
You're so pissed right
I'm
now.
fine.
So, of course, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you are new. We're always doing Blu-ray updates, talking about Blu-rays, talking about movies, action figures, all sorts of stuff. Comic books, Justin? Watch Justin's comic book review. Watch it. It's a good one.
It's Star Wars.
It's a
We're
good one.
always talking about Star Wars.
That is
People
true.
usually watch the Star Wars related content.
That
It's
is-
about comics because nobody knows how to read.
Reading is hard. Of course, I'm Nate. I'm joined with Justin
See you guys later.
and Steven.
Take care.
And we will see you guys next time on Out of the Basement.